How Russia Withstood Sanctions. As the world watched in shock at Russia's invasion of Ukraine, a silent war unfolded on the economic front. The West unleashed a barrage of sanctions, aiming to cripple the Russian economy and force a retreat. But unlike a conventional war with bombs and bullets, this one played out in boardrooms, financial markets, and shipping lanes. Today, we'll dissect the intricate dance of pressure and defiance, unraveling how Russia, against all odds, managed not only to survive but even register growth amidst these 12 rounds of economic blows. Round 1, Financial Haymakers, February 2022. The first strikes were swift and targeted. Key Russian banks were cut off from SWIFT, the global financial messaging system, hindering international transactions. Individuals close to Putin, deemed enablers of the war, faced asset freezes and travel bans. The ruble plummeted, stocks nosedived, and whispers of economic collapse filled the air. Visuals of swift disconnection, frozen assets, and falling ruble. Round 2, Crippling Trade, March 2022. Background narration: the West tightened its grip. Exports of high-tech goods, crucial for Russia's modernization, were banned. Imports of luxury goods became impossible, a symbolic blow to the elite. Trade with key Western partners dwindled, isolating Russia further. Round 3, Energy Dilemma, April 2022. But then came the hesitation. The world relied on Russia's energy lifeline, and a complete embargo seemed unthinkable. So, oil and gas continued to flow, albeit with restrictions and scrutiny. This proved to be Russia's economic lifeline, a geyser of revenue that defied expectations. IMA. Rounds 4 to 8, Escalating the Pressure, May to September 2022. The sanctions continued to rain down, bans on coal, steel, and aluminium exports, restrictions on shipping and insurance, blacklisting more individuals and entities. Each blow aimed to squeeze the Russian economy, but with each impact, Russia seemed to adapt, finding new markets and workarounds. Round 9, Diamond Dilemma, October 2022. A long-avoided target finally came under fire: Russian diamonds. Alrosa, the state-owned giant, was sanctioned, aiming to cut off a vital source of revenue. But the impact was blunted by existing industry boycotts and complex diamond certification processes. Rounds 10 to 12, Doubling Down and Diversifying, November 2022 December 2023. The West persisted, adding more individuals, entities, and even luxury goods to the blacklist. But Russia countered by deepening ties with China, India, and other Asian partners. It also focused on import substitution, building domestic industries to replace what it lost from the West. The looming shadow of the future, December 2023. So, has Russia won this economic war? Not quite. The sanctions are still biting. Businesses fled, taking expertise and investment with them. Technological isolation cripples modernization. And the war itself is a constant drain. But Russia has shown remarkable resilience, defying expectations and proving that even in a globalized world, economic isolation is not an automatic death sentence. Conclusion, December 2023. The war is far from there. Will Russia's adaptation and growth be sustainable? Will the sanctions eventually take their full toll? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear: this economic war has been a masterclass in resilience, resourcefulness, and the complex interplay between global forces and national will. Text on screen. Thank you for watching. End screen with links for further reading. This script incorporates the background narration, offering a more comprehensive picture of the specific sanctions imposed in each round. You can customize the details and visuals further to create an even more informative and engaging video. It's true that the Russian economy has shown surprising resilience in the face of Western sanctions imposed after the invasion of Ukraine. While there have undoubtedly been negative impacts, the economic decline has been much milder than initially predicted. Here are some factors that have contributed to this. Preemptive measures. 1. Sanction proofing. Since 2014, Russia has taken steps to reduce its reliance on Western financing and imports, such as paying off external debt and diversifying its trade partners. 1. This lessened the immediate blow of the sanctions. 2. Building reserves. Russia has amassed a large war chest of foreign currency reserves over the past decade, providing a buffer to absorb the financial shock. Favorable external factors. 1. Energy windfall. Soaring global energy prices have been a boon for Russia, a major oil and gas exporter. 1. This windfall has helped offset the losses from other sectors and provided funds for the war effort. 2. Weaker sanctions than anticipated. Some key sectors, like energy, were not initially targeted by the West, allowing Russia to continue exporting its vital commodities. 2. Loopholes and exemptions in the sanctions also blunted their impact. 3. Unexpected resilience of the domestic market. Consumer spending and domestic production have held up better than expected, driven by government support, import substitution, and a shift towards Asian markets. Government interventions. 1. Capital controls. Russia imposed strict capital controls to prevent a currency crisis and capital flight, stabilizing the ruble. 2. Increased state control. The government has tightened its grip on the economy, exerting control over prices, production, and trade to mitigate disruptions. 3. Boosting social spending. To maintain public support, the government has increased social spending and wages, helping to offset the impact of inflation on household incomes. It's important to note that the long-term outlook for the Russian economy remains uncertain. While the immediate crisis may have been averted, the sanctions are still having a bite. The exodus of foreign businesses, brain drain, and technological isolation will likely hinder long-term growth and modernization. Additionally, the war itself is a massive drain on resources and could lead to future economic instability. In conclusion, Russia's ability to withstand sanctions so far can be attributed to a combination of preemptive measures, favorable external factors, and government interventions. However, the long-term consequences of sanctions and the war are still unfolding, and the true picture of Russia's economic health may not be clear for years to come.